Hey, let's dive into the world of expensive real estate where luxury meets questionable decisions. Today, I'm critiquing Casa Maranello, aka the Ferrari House. I'll break down what they got right, from its jaw dropping and sophisticated design to its over the top details, and I'll also call out what missed the mark. Let's see if this high priced home is truly worth the hype.
Hey guys, I'm Ray Parisi with CNBC, and we are down in Florida today, here to check out the most expensive home for sale in Delray Beach. This is a $55 million listing. It is called Casa Maranello. It's named after the city in Italy that is best known for being home to Ferrari. So you're about to see some architecture that takes inspiration from the famous Italian car maker. We got a great tour coming up, but first, a little preview. Joshio on camera, he's on the one wheel, and we're going for a ride.
Going in through this $55 million home.
I'll say right away, there is no connection to Delray Beach and Maranello, Italy. I see a horse statue in the court in the I guess in the courtyard area. My apologies, and a living room full of Ferraris. Let's see where they go with this one. And it's kind of hard to get beyond what looks like just a typical Florida house, a white box with palm trees and turf grass, and not really sure where the one wheel fits into it. I don't know if it's a good touch because it shows distorted uh, proportions of the house. I don't get anything warm, Tuscan, Italian, nothing that harkens back to the romantic, the fast, the beauty of Ferrari. I don't see anything yet.
Let's give them a quick spin of the interior, and then after that, we'll do the tour for real.
It looks like that's our first clue. The flat screen image of the Ferrari logo to the right here. I don't know. This looks to be a like a an advertisement for the one wheel so far. That's all. That's the only thing I'm getting a strong connection to. Nothing about Ferrari. And then as soon as you walk in, I mean, you're gonna. I think they're gonna talk to like the what looks to be onyx or something similar. The stone that's in the fireplace in between the main walkway. Uh, Nothing says romance in this place. Now that is striking. This looks like a nightclub. I still don't see Ferrari, although this room is very striking. I give them that. Like the use of materials in this room looks pretty exotic. So I guess you would say the exotic car that Ferrari is matched by this exotic space and the use of materials.
Wow.
Welcome to Casa Maranello, Ray.
I cannot believe this. Pulling up to the pool at Casa Maranello in a $700,000 Ferrari with super broker listing agent Sonata Ash.
This is the most expensive lawn ornament you can ever have.
So this is not typically how you come into the house, but we thought for drama, This is
which
a
we
good way
love.
to go.
This is a fabulous way to come in.
We're in the backyard overlooking the lake here in a very secluded and private neighborhood.
This is Stone Creek Ranch. It's one of the most secure gated communities in South Florida, and this home is obviously beautifully set facing west. They're going to have gorgeous sunset.
And they call this Billionaires Row.
They do, for a reason.
There's a few billionaires in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
This pool is amazing. So that half of this area is like was.
So there's a statue, I believe, of a. Correct me. I apologize if I'm mistaken the religion or the theme here. It looks like a Buddha or a Buddhist statue. Still not seeing the connection to Casa Maranello and how it connects to Ferrari. I would say, I guess if anything, if it were a statue of maybe like a Catholic ornament or a Catholic, something similar to that would seem to be more in tune with what they're trying to accomplish here. Gosh, it seems like it's so far off from what they're trying to accomplish. Looks like the only thing they have in common is that they park Ferraris in this house, not that it actually is a representation or has some sort of spiritual connection to Maranello.
It's called a Baja Shelf.
Yes. So the interesting thing about this pool, this is a resort style pool, right? As you can see, it's actually 90,000 gallon pool.
90,000 gallons.
Yes. And the cool thing about it is that you have access points from 3 different sides. So you can access from there, over there. You can park a few Ferraris around your pool, enjoy your jacuzzi for 20 best friends.
So this place is about a very specific lifestyle.
Extremely specific lifestyle. This is for your perfect Ferrari aficionado. Honestly, you don't even have to be as much of a car lover. If you want an extraordinary home, all in one level that's very private and secure, this is it.
And we're going in through, in essence, we're going in through the back door now, but this is just a cool way to see the place to start off with.
This is, I think, such a beautiful way to see the property.
It is kind of shocking that this is a home. I believe it's about to get even more shocking. And we're greeted by another Ferrari. Wow. Wow. So this is the Grand Salon.
This is the Grand Salon.
What normal human beings might call the living room, this is the Grand Salon. This is by the little car company. 75% of the size of a vintage Ferrari. And it's got a top speed of over 50 miles an hour. Price tag is over 100 grand. Josh, you want to race? One wheel race? Here we go. Wow. So it looks like a toy, but that is not a toy.
It's a golf cart that's shaped like a Ferrari.
That is not a toy at all. Ceiling is actually walnut in chevron pattern. Of course, bespoke chandeliers from Venice. There's so many intricate details that you have to take a minute or a few minutes.
Now, that was the first reference to Italy that they mentioned that it didn't, and it's not even obvious. The chandeliers, they say, are Venetian, which I don't know if I would agree with that or if anyone would agree with that. But let me know in the comments if that's something that you associate with Venice, these chandeliers.
To take all of it in.
The glowing stone, what is this?
This is agate. It's a semi-precious stone. And as you can see, these are really statement pieces. You have this extraordinarily beautiful and intricate coffee table with the matching consoles.
Sonata, this is a one-story house. It's gigantic. What's the square footage here?
So the home is 22,000 square feet. And to give you a feel for how spacious and voluminous this is, the Grand Salon, which includes this area along with the Maranello bar and the dining room, is 7,000 square feet.
And I love that here to the right, we're getting to peek into this is the Ferrari gallery.
It is indeed. You know how some people have art galleries?
Yeah.
Casa Maranello has a car gallery.
We'll take a closer look at that in a second. Right now, we head into the dining room.
And I know you like to know how many guests you can enjoy.
Yeah, how many people
with.
can I have out over for Sonata?
18 people. That's a serious dinner, okay?
Yeah, from the grand salon to a very grand dining room, this place is feeling very majestic.
You'll notice the finest materials you can source all over the world.
This is glowing also, right?
That is indeed. So this is actually a very rare, very special Brazilian Patagonia onyx.
Yep.
And the dining table is just massive, and it's really impressive. And then you have the mat.
So right away they mentioned the agate stone. I'm not really familiar with where that's carved from, but also the Brazilian stone that they reference here. Nothing Italian. I would have expected some Carrara marble, something white, something with veins, something with. I mean, this has veining too, but it's really overshadowed by the translucent properties of it, not the beautiful, stone that you typically associate with Italian marble. It's not. It's missing here.
Matching wall.
Is everything in here custom?
Everything is custom. Takes the word bespoke to the next level.
From dining to kitchen.
Yes.
Wow.
Look how grand this is.
So now there's grass in the ceiling.
I know.
There's another thing that they mentioned before, that they couldn't believe this is a house. It does not look like a house. Not to say that because it is over the top, because it has grand proportions, that it can't feel like a house, but that's not it. There are the proportions kind of lean toward it being a commercial property. Also, the houses of this scale will typically do that. You'll have expanses of like open spaces and things like that you typically cannot get in a typical residential construction. So you'll see. So if there is a feel that this is a commercial property, it's because if you peel back these layers, you'll see steel beams. You'll see a lot of reinforcement to support these wide open spaces, and that's just what it looks like. Nothing is really warm about this place. It looks like a car dealership. I think if you would say, if there is a reference to Ferrari, is that it looks like a dealer and not a home, not a residence. Let me say that.
No, that's the organic feel to the home, which you'll see a lot of.
This is a spectacular kitchen. The grass is a little startling to me. Does it have to be watered?
They call it a kitchen. This really looks like a corporate break room. I mean, if I struggle to imagine myself waking up to an Italian breakfast. I don't know what are typical Italian breakfast foods. I don't see them. I don't see myself waking up to espresso. I don't see myself waking up to prosciutto with some finely sliced cheeses and prosecco and anything else that you would expect in an Italian breakfast. I don't see. I mean, right away, this just looks like it looks like a restaurant in this capacity, not like a warm home, not like something that you want to have your family wake up in the morning and have dinner, or have dinner as a family in. This doesn't look like that kind of a place.
In mode?
No, you don't have to. It's completely maintenance free, right? So you don't have to do anything. This is a very special Arabico Grigio marble. As you can see, they used it as an art installation, and it's beautifully book matched. It's also suspended from the wall in order to accommodate lighting system behind, so in the evening just glows beautifully.
Yeah, so we can snap our fingers and go to night shots.
The other thing that I see here, we can see just right in this last shot. This shot, I think this is a great material. This house, and when you look at houses of this in this price point, a lot of times they are over the top. The owner of the build or the designer has grand visions, and oftentimes those visions they don't meet. They don't see eye to eye. And in this case, you have the agate that was in the living room, the quote unquote living room. Then you have the bar area with this stone. The dining room had a totally different stone. And then you had the kitchen that had some other kind of stone that she referenced that they don't speak the same design language. It doesn't even appear that they should even belong in the same house. They're not even harmonious with each other. They're kind of jarring in a way. Yeah, I would have expected at $50 million that they would have a very cohesive design language. You can have different stone, different materials, but they could have the tones and they could sing together. I guess if you want to say that, they can be harmonious in the way that a Ferrari's V12 is smooth and harmonious and melodious. You would expect that these materials would be in harmony with each other, and they're not.
Introducing Remarkable Paper Pro, the ultimate paper tablet.
And now we're back to the daytime. This is a gigantic island.
If you're entertaining 18 guests, you do need a kitchen of this magnitude.
Interesting, there's 2 of everything. There's 2 coffee makers, 2 microwaves, 2 dishwashers. I guess.
Break room, corporate break room, multiple. And I understand when you have a house of this magnitude that you're going to have multiples of appliances. I get that. Typically, how they would carry that out is if you'd have like the main kitchen, and you'd have your like this one has a Wolf appliances, and I'm not really sure what the refrigeration is. But she's mentioning multiple microwaves and multiple this and multiple that. They don't typically look good together. Like the refrigerators, you can kind of pull off. The microwaves you can't pull off with multiples in the same place. It looks like a break room.
2 refrigerators and a freezer, as well as a wine cooler. These are all Sub-Zero.
They even book matched this.
They did. Everything is perfectly book matched. There were 22 slabs of this special marble used to curate this entire kitchen and to design all
22 slabs just for the kitchen?
Just for the kitchen. I know. And
secret passage.
Here we go. Please, come on in.
Oh my God, the secret kitchen. This is so the private chef is invisible to the guests.
Invisible, but also like you don't want necessarily if someone's cooking all the, scent of different foods going into the grand salon. So the nice thing is this door, the private door into the chef's kitchen, it's extra wide. So if there's extra equipment being carried in.
And they're not trudging through the house.
Now, from a design perspective, this makes a lot of sense. You have a door where you could shuttle in your supplies, your ingredients, everything that you need to make a meal for the family or for the party who would gather at this place. I don't dislike this kitchen. This kitchen seems more manageable. It seems more cozy than this doesn't look like a break room. The other one looks like a break room. This looks like where you get where the magic happens. I wish, and this is typically how you would carry out, something like this in this house. You would have the main kitchen or the show kitchen, and then you have the actual functional kitchen. Again, this one looks like it does what it needs to do, and I like the design behind this layout here.
Exactly.
And they continue that marble in here.
Of course.
A refrigerator freezer that is the size of a 2-car garage. We can get a Ferrari in here too.
You're funny.
I love this. Where to next?
Isn't it gorgeous? Okay, come.
And the fact that they just encased the whole place in this walnut.
I know. This is such a beautiful walnut. And
Whoa,
then
look at this hallway.
look at that.
Grand salon, and back over here. This we got to see because we didn't come in this way. We came in through the back door, but this is the foyer.
I would call it grand foyer.
So this is how we would have come into the house?
Yes, so that's Calcutta marble. It was laser cut, a lot of symmetry, absolutely beautifully book matched with walnut paneling. So
over the top. I don't know if I would have done that. I don't hate it. It just seems to be unnecessary in this house. I think that was an expense that just didn't have to happen. Because you have to know that, for as heavy as this stone is, and again, you look at whether judge for yourself if this matches the house. I don't know if I go through the unnecessary expense because it really doesn't do anything for that one wall. Like this, the wall immediately behind the chandelier, I'm cool with that. But the wall, on the left side, where the different, I guess the different raw edges, I don't think that does anything. I think it takes away from it. When you look at it, it just doesn't make sense.
It gives you that sense of awe from the moment you walk into the home.
And again, they raised it a touch so that you could put the lighting behind it.
Exactly.
And at night, this also looks incredible.
It glows in the dark. It's absolutely spectacular. And look at the chandelier. These are all diamond cut chandeliers. Each piece weighs over 5 pounds.
And we are flanked by the office and the gallery. This is all about Maranello. And here we are.
This developer was inspired by his trip to Maranello, and he's a big Ferrari.
Oh wait, did you see that? How she stepped down? I know that's the garage area, but what you don't, or the gallery. I'm sorry. That was pretty dangerous. It looks like there was an afterthought. When I say dangerous, if you go back to how she stepped into the space, she had to step up and over. In a $55 million house, you want to have a better solution than someone being able to step up and over a threshold to get into the gallery. They could have done a better job. I think they could have, that marble, that Brazilian marble or whatever it was, that was in the foyer area, where they laser cut the raw edges. I think this could have been well spent with a better solution, a more elegant solution to the transition into the gallery space than the way she just hopped over, or nearly had to hop over the transition to get into the gallery, the car gallery.
Aficionado, and therefore wants to create a home that would be worthy of his collection.
That fits how many cars?
You can fit 12 of your finest cars.
And one of Josh's Ferrari. You guys recognize this from the tour?
There it is. If you look at just to the left where the floor mat is, I think that could have been maybe like a few steps of a low rise step or ramp, but that was a very ungraceful step over into that space.
He parks it right in between the other two.
We need to call the team in Maranello to make one for Josh.
Literally multi-millions worth of Ferraris and vehicles here, and a $2,000 one wheel. We've continued the chevron walnut ceiling, and then we've got chandeliers galore in the...
If you're gonna have a one wheel, I mean, they've made more than one reference to it. Maybe they could have painted it red. I mean, they call it the Maranello House, Casa Maranello, aka the Ferrari House. Maybe they could have done a wrap or something like that to kind of tie it in, but it just looks a poorly placed product advertisement in this space.
Gallery. You can't call this a garage.
No, you cannot. Some people have art galleries. This is a car gallery.
These cars are not included in the sale to home.
Oh, no. These are special cars and part of the private collection of the owner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we did not save these Ferraris. This is a part of private collection.
And if you didn't want to see the cars, why on earth would you ever not want to see the cars? This whole area also closes off with shades.
Exactly. So if you have people coming to your home and you want to keep your collection private, you can just press the button and shades come down. And
you don't buy the Ferrari house and have multiple millions of dollars of cars and want to hide them. I don't think they know who the buyer of this house is. I mean, I can get that sometimes people want their privacy, but this person is not going to have. You don't see this property from the street. You don't see all these things from the street where you would need to hide them. Someone who buys this house wants their cars to be seen. You would never do that.
And you can enjoy your home. And
yeah, something tells me if you buy Casa Maranello, you don't want to keep your collection private, and you want those shades up all the time.
Exactly, I think so too.
So there is a room called the Maranello Bar, which seems like a great place to go to next.
This This is the grandest residential bar I have ever seen in my life.
14-person bar. This stone is incredible.
I know. This is, to die for. This is Brazilian tiger skin onyx.
Oh, Brazilian tiger skin. Why couldn't it be something romantic? Maybe not romantic. Maybe it's something, again, I'm seeing nothing. Maybe they made a reference of some sort of Italian stone. Maybe the Venetian chandelier. I think that's the only thing that was obvious that got called out. I wish there would have been more of a deliberate attempt to marry Maranello in some way or another, in some deliberate way, some obvious way, than what they've done so far. So far, I'm seeing influences from everywhere else, not Maranello.
I was going to say, it looks like the pattern of a tiger stripe.
The home does come equipped with all of the finest liquors.
For $55 million, they'll throw in the booze.
Of course. I mean, that's the whole idea.
And this stone back here looks really unique.
This is petrified wood. This is a gorgeous piece.
Petrified wood?
Yes, that's correct.
So wood that has turned into stone.
That is correct. It's
I've
a
never
fusion
heard
of
of
stone
that.
and wood. I know.
After a gazillion years, it becomes one with the stone.
One with the stone, yes.
I can't imagine that that's inexpensive.
That is nothing in this home is inexpensive, right?
Do you have a sense of sort of ballpark what was spent just on the bar?
Now, the petrified wood is a great touch. I wish they would have maybe gone into a little bit more detail about maybe about that process. This seems to be the most interesting space in the whole house so far. You know, typically like in houses like these, you know, the money shots are going to be in the bars, in the kitchens, in the maybe in the living rooms. But you know, I think it's going to be downhill from here in terms of materials. I mean, I think we've seen kind of like the kitchen in the direction that it's going, and they've shown this shot more than one time. I think this is the conversation piece, which is not a bad conversation piece, but I think it's going to be downhill from here. We'll see.
This is the $2 million bar.
You know what's interesting? I would have guessed more.
Yeah?
But $2 million is a lot to spend on a bar.
The chandeliers, these cognac leathered bar stools are really beautiful as well. There's so many details here.
So we have reptile leather, petrified wood, and then another rare wood from...
That's high gloss Guiana wood.
So now we're going toward the what looks like an indoor pool to me.
It is. It's a saltwater indoor pool and a wellness area like you've never seen before.
God, this is insane.
Are you ready to see your brand on TV? Your competitors will wish they had known about Vibe. With Vibe, you can...
Where do you want to start?
Hold your horses. I thought it was downhill, but so far I'm looking at this. This looks to be marble in this pool, and it's beautiful.
And here we have the steam room. Very special steam room.
Gorgeous.
Now this is gorgeous. Again, going back to what I mentioned about houses like these typically have you're going to run the gamut of all kinds of materials. She mentioned reptile skin, petrified wood. We got agate. We got all kinds of things. But this being in the pool area and separate and not exactly, I don't think it needs to be. It doesn't need to have the same design language as the rest of the house. Like I mentioned before, it seemed to be a mismatch or an amalgam of sorts of lots of different colors and textures that may not seem to be in harmony with each other. This being in a pool area, this works very well. This is well done.
It's like green heaven over there.
I do feel like I should have a gas pedal and a brake pedal, and this is continuing on the theme of Ferrari. They actually pitch the ceiling slightly so the drips happen on the wall and then they cascade down. That prevents dripping, annoying dripping on your head.
Imagine that.
Details.
This is the spa bath, gorgeous stone.
The tile's amazing.
The tile is spectacular.
And this is the sauna. Dry sauna?
It's the Himalayan salt room and a sauna.
Wow. These are blocks of Himalayan salt?
Yes, indeed. If you look up, there's a star-like ceiling. As you know, the Himalayan salt has healing properties, so you definitely can make this into an inhalation room or just relaxation room.
It is salt. It's salty. Casa Maranello spans 21,725 square feet.
I know, probably for in the interest of kind of rushing through, I think, I think this confirms kind of what I was saying about where the visual interest lies. I will say this: what I'm saying here, like if you look in this room, I wish they'd show more like the custom millwork and less of all the different kinds of stones. But like I can see these doors. These doors look like 12 to 15 feet. Not really sure. They look beautiful. Looking even like behind this TV, I'd like to see just more conversation behind it, because that's when you start getting into the warmth and the romance of Italy, when you talk about like the textures like these, like natural materials like wood, and even like the plaster walls. I think they could have done they could have done it a little justice by including some details that way.
And it includes 7 impressive ensuite bedrooms.
Wow. They're rushing right through it. And these are some beautiful, beautiful finishes here. Look at this.
And it includes 7 impressive ensuite bedrooms.
Right here. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is what they should have done more of in the public spaces. This looks to be some sort of marble, maybe some. Gosh, I can't think of the name, but this is beautiful. This is what we want to see when we talk about some like an Italian reference. This is beautiful.
And 9 bathrooms. There are 2 grand primary suites. The baths are extravagant and clad in rare stone.
Boy, was I wrong. I think I'm liking, these private areas more so than the public areas. I'm seeing all the things that I was hoping and just commenting on previously that I would have loved to have seen in a house like this. I'm seeing it now. I was totally wrong. I thought it was downhill from here, but it looks like it's picking up. I think this is great. These are the things that you want to see when you get behind the scenes. When you go beyond that humongous break room looking kitchen. And the foyer area that has that crazy looking live edge stone. This is when it starts like you start to see how you can get to $50 million in this house.
And the walk-in closets are the biggest I've ever seen. If you can believe it, this massive suite is the smaller of Casa Maranello's 2 primaries. Right now, Sonata is showing us the largest suite in the house.
This bedroom is over 1,300 square feet.
Just the bed portion of this suite is 1,300 square feet.
Yes. And you know what's cool? When you see the master closet, it's also 1,300 square feet.
This is way bigger than the other one.
You have 4 different islands here.
Now look at the stones in this place. The chandeliers are okay, but look at the storage spaces in the stone. This is beautiful. As it looks like there's a TV or something over in the corner that's well appointed to with its stone surround. Well done.
here. These are really stunning one-of-a-kind chandeliers.
This is unbelievable.
I know.
So that was 1,300 square feet. This is 1,300 square feet. So far we've seen 2,600 square feet of
That
this
is correct.
suite.
Yes.
And through the glass doors
800 square foot bath.
for a total of
3,400?
3,400 square feet for the entire primary suite.
Yes.
The primary.
Yes.
So it looks like this is a mirror of the I guess the other primary suite. This is pretty interesting to walk into to see.
For a total of
3,400?
This is looks like a darker stone. Looks like a darker stone than
600 square feet
That
of
is
the
correct.
suite.
Let's run that
And
back.
through the glass doors
800 square foot bath.
for a total.
There we go. So looks that's a darker stone than the one before, and the stone in the middle. Looks like the themes are the same with the bathtub, the black bathtub in the middle. I'm not really a fan of that. Not the tub is fine. I think the placement is kind of, maybe they should have turned it. I think that's what it is. I think they should have turned it to the side. But I mean, from this vantage point, it looks that way. But I can see how it would maybe makes sense given the linear quality or the linear orientation of the vanities. But when you're walking into it this way, you want to see it turned the other way.
Of
3,400?
3,400 square feet for the entire primary suite.
Yes.
The primary.
Yes. The big difference here, Ray, is that there is a secret room connected to this primary.
You're kidding. More secret doorways. A
Right.
bonus room.
Yes.
Oh my God. There's a hair salon off the primary.
There
and
is.
massage.
You can get your hair cut, you can get your makeup done, stunning Murano glass chandelier. And that's actually a special chair. I haven't personally tried it, but let's see if this works.
Oh yeah, that's working for sure. Oh my God. Wow. Every part of my body is vibrating in a very good way. Why don't you guys do the rest of the tour without me? All right.
Okay.
What's left? Is there anything left?
There is so much more.
Is there another secret passage?
There's another secret passageway.
All right, let's do it.
Just like this. You can do it with one finger too. How fabulous is this, Ray? This is a whole separate wing for your favorite guests. They've got their own lounge. They've got their own sports area. There's a movie theater. And 4 king-size ensuite bedrooms right here. They have their own privacy, which is very nice.
That's one thing you can say is the craftsmanship, the workmanship of the in the materials. I mean, you can look and tell that they had the best people installing tile and executing the vision on this house. Not really a fan. Like the exterior is kind of unassuming. It seems very just very a common type of modern architecture, but the inside, the finishes and the some of the execution is very well done.
All right, Sonata, we're out here for the golden hour. I want to talk a little bit about the pricing here. The listing is $55 million, making it the most expensive listing in Delray Beach. Is it a realistic price?
I believe so, because we sold a very similar home, same builder, very similar floor plan, but completely different look.
Right.
We sold and closed on that earlier this month.
We have a little bit of video of that house that we can show. The comp that Sonata...
Oh, wow. So it looks like they have house themes. That was the Rolls Royce house, and now this is the Ferrari house. Looks like they're the same, except one has a statue of a horse and the other one has the statue of the Spirit of Ecstasy. Yeah, I don't know if I want to, $50 million, I want a twin house, I don't know if I'd want that.
Sonata's talking about sits right next door. It's very similar to Casa Maranello, except this place is James Bond themed. And the nickname for that house was?
Villa Spectre.
Villa Spectre.
Yes.
What was the asking price on that house?
Wow, the exact same house. Is this a subdivision? $50 million. I don't know if I want a subdivision style house. And I say that to say is that you want something that's unique, something that's bespoke to you, not something that you can recreate easily. And that's just what they've done. They've recreated. They have two houses outfitted very similarly. Just one has an Italian theme, one has a British theme. Wow. I don't know if that's a good thing.
55.
55 million.
Yes.
And you got close to ask.
Yes.
Was that a record breaker for Del Rey?
That's an all-time record-breaking price, both in terms of the number as well as price per square.
Well, look. Let me say this. Let me just drop this little comment. What do I know? They sold $55 million James Bond house, and now they're about to sell a $50 million Ferrari house. So maybe he knows something. He knows his target very well. If the developer is having success, I just don't know if I had $50 million that I want a house just like this.
Perfect.
And there's now a really big update since this tour. Casa Maranello sold, and as Sonata predicted, the sale was a record breaker for Delray Beach. The developer got full ask in a very unusually structured $55 million deal. The buyers, who already lived in the Stone Creek neighborhood, reportedly paid for Casa Maranello and the home's furnishings with a combination of cash and real estate. Casa Maranello's developer, Aldo Stark, received $29 million along with the deed to this place. That's right, the buyers handed over their $26 million mega home to the developer. It sits on 2.5 acres not far from Casa Maranello. Sonata tells CNBC the developer intends to make improvements to the mansion before putting it up for sale.
Yeah, I agree with that. That looks like a newer house that didn't have a really good designer. I can see how the developer would look at that $26 million house and say, that $26 million house, that needs some work, compared to my house. So, it is what it is. But I can clearly see that there's some design deficiencies in that $26 million house. But can you imagine saying, hey, my $26 million house, it just doesn't do it for me anymore. Let me get a $50 million house.
I'd like to say a big thank you to super broker Sonata Azim and developer Aldo Stark of Prestige Design Homes for this incredible tour.